We continue our stream, like the stream marathon for all rounds for uh, Old Hunter Cup Prague 2023. And yeah, this is round four. We are checking the board number one, where is playing Yan Yaoling and Kim Do-hyuk. Uh, it looks like they play a lot of started really fast. And this game looks like really complicated. We can just maybe go step by step. Um, Kim Do-hyuk and Tian Xiaoling, they both have three wins out of 3 rounds. We checked the game they played round before. Both of them win by like small margin. I think Kim Do-hyuk won by 2.5. Yan Yaoling went almost close to the Komi, but so far they're undefeated and they play each other. Looks like we will have intense game. Also from the game you can see that that's a lot of groups. And this game looks like crazy. Probably some groups will die or will be close to kind of situation like this. So at the moment I feel like white groups are weaker and it feels like white is close to lose this game because of that. But we can maybe think about that a bit later. So first, let's start. Second games we will check today would be Prokopian and Louis. Prokopian 6 dan from Czech Republic and Louis player from Spain, also 6 dan. They have the score 2-3. And afterwards we will check that game. I also saw that there is a link for the third game, but I cannot really enter to that one. I think it's broadcasted by some board, like it's just online board. This is the board they play and it's broadcasted, but somehow I cannot enter that, so I cannot check the third game. It would be Pavlisi and Stanislav. They play between each other, so fortunately I cannot check that. Maybe if I will be able to enter the link later, it would be possible, but at the moment I cannot. Okay, so let's start with this one. I mean, so far everything is okay. Black tried to use this pincer, sure. This one, this is the old variation. Nowadays everyone would play here, play something like this. I mean, we saw this, I think Yan Xiaoling played in the previous round against Tash. Looks like okayish variation, and it looks kind of fine for everyone. So you can go with that. The difference is that this stone is not, like in the previous game it was at B. A is more usual place. The most usual is B. Like, let's say B was last game, A less usual, C, I would say common in this situation to have a stone. But globally it doesn't really affect position that much. It's like just different in shape you will finish afterwards. But this is a standard way. Here Kim Do-hyuk decided to play the old variations. It is like not a big loss, but I think nowadays you can see this variation rarely. Yeah, this one is a good one. I'm just trying to remember what else I remember from this Joseki, for example. Yeah, I remember something like this and this, for example. This one is also, I think this Joseki is old. I don't really, I saw this move and I know it's super complicated, but nowadays, I mean, I saw it maybe 5 years ago, last time someone played it. Probably it's still okay, but I didn't check this with the eye. It happens rarely. if black did that or played it, maybe he had some advantage here in this fight, or maybe white, because white decided to play it. So we can see what will happen. But from the situation, what I see now, I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think white should play this one. It feels like this is like a move which gives you at least a base, and now group by itself is alive, as almost to ice locally. And if black would play something, now maybe you can consider to attack. Like there is A and B, two moves which is Miai, and white have a live group. I think this is a proper way of playing. This way, now black get this exchange, and now suddenly white shape is kind of awkward. Okay. Yeah, and also most times you want to place white here, but I think this result looks kind of sad for white. That's why white trying to get something extra by creating a lot of groups, but it doesn't look that black will have a problems. Yes, black will just build some shape like here, and now white have two groups. Like in this area, white have two groups, and none of them is alive, and black has only one. And also on the top part of the board, globally we see only more black stones. It means that white, it's hard to fight already for white. Yeah. Schema makes a lot of sense. About this Kosumi, I'm not sure, but I think this is just exchange to have, like, for example, A, and then try to get this exchange, and then jump. Or Kema. Kema, I think, is more proper here. Why decided to make some exchanges? I don't like this one. I think the proper one would be here. It's still center, and it's not so easy to answer, because if you answer this way, white have an option to capture two stones, which might be painful. So because of that, I feel like this move looks proper to attack the shape. And I think black would still play here, but now for sure K17 is on a better place. It destroys ice, also gives you some ice, looks like in a good place move. Okay. Yeah. Black is fast, and white is trying to create another group. This looks interesting move because it makes A and some move around B, or I don't know which one, B or this B or C or D. A lot of options here, and it kind of makes me eye of all of these moves. Interesting idea, but again, white have too many groups already. This looks like this group will live easily. I mean, a right group should be more or less easily solving the all problems, but the other groups, I'm not sure. Also, if you play like this, then black can connect everything. This is not acceptable, so only this way. Yeah. Also, if we go different order, this push might be a problem. I'm not sure it's a big one, because maybe on this cut you can also have your own Tesuji. But the main goal, you want to put group on the top without ice. Like this looks great, because now white can get these center moves and try to force black leaving with two eyes. Yeah, here this looks like a mistake, clearly a mistake. I don't know how to build the shape, maybe this one. But this by itself, there is so much stuff. I'm afraid that white have to give up now these stones. And then if white have to give up, then overall white is losing a lot on the right. Okay. So black is trying to kill the other group. It makes a lot of sense. And it leads to some kind of exchange. Okay. I mean, black could even play here. And that's, this way it looks like you can kill it cleanly, also with capturing everything, because like this, you kind of capture the group. There is some problems, but maybe even like this, it should be still more or less okay. I think you can escape with your group or even capture here. This looks like center on the right, have to capture. I think it's still more or less alive, but for black, it's way easier to play this scope because, I mean, even like this, but I would even capture. I think capturing here looks decent. Like, yeah, there is a core, but from the other side, if you capture this, like, you can have some core threats. Maybe there is a core here, but not. This is alive. So there is nothing. And it means this group is dead. Even if you can win this core, it doesn't really matter much. Black has a lot of local core threats. So I think now, even if white would answer, there is still a core, and this core is impossible to win. And I think now, for white, the best white can do is probably capture and then go with this kind of result. This looks like, I mean, clearly not the best, but yeah, well, in reality, I think now already it feels like that black is ahead by a lot. Would be my feeling, like by 15 points, maybe 20, everything is dead. And also for white, I don't know how to continue this game. I mean, the best you, of course, want to capture this Ponuki at A, but problem with that you kind of accept that the result was bad and you need to continue the game like with two handicaps, and that might be a problem. He's deciding to play a core. This core is hopeless. Kind of cannot win it. There is some other thing which might be a problem. For example, before capturing the core, let's say, black now can play the moves like this and then capture a core or even cut. And it makes situation a bit more problematic. Maybe now you want to capture, but it's kind of problem with this cut is will be there after you capture, and that's the most important thing, I think. Okay. I'm not sure if everything is fine. I want to check the broadcast 1 second. I think everything is okay. Yeah, looks fine. Okay. If some problems, please write in the chat. I think I can see chat, so it's on the left. Yeah. But if everything's fine, about the videos, I also want to check about 80 videos. In last round there were 80 videos of the rounds, but Now I cannot find them, so I think there is no not ready, or there would be no video. I don't know. We will see that. Yeah. Okay. Let's come back to the game. So they played two moves. Basically, this is what I said. Yeah. Basically, white take, black capture. I think black can also. This is more natural way to play because this go always a center. So it would be something like white plays something. It's not like you will capture. Most likely you will play somewhere else, and then white can capture, and white in any case can get this. And then this exchange would be a cross red later. So you don't need to play it immediately. Yeah. Also not sure like whether you need to play here at all. Maybe answering here would be even better once. Maybe even one more time. I think black could find timing to play this. But like this looks like just really, really good game for black from this point. Okay, I think now after this group's dead, Young Yaoling gets really good advantage. And we can move to the other game. The other game is Jan Prokop, who's really good tournament against Louis. I didn't see Louis in a lot of tournaments, but I think I played him one or twice. But I think he's like solid 6 dan. So I think it's this one. Let's see. Maybe not. This one. Yeah. Okay, now it's here. So this is the game between Jan Prokop and Louis. Jan Prokop is black. And what can I say now? Now it looks like a decent game. Way more simple than the previous one. To be honest, I don't know whom I even prefer. Probably my style fits more for black, so I would choose black, but I don't think that white is really losing or even behind. I think white is also okay. And yeah, that means should be fine for both. Yeah. Let's start to check how it happened. Hi, Godave. And now I start to understand where it comes from. This comes from this Joseki. And why decided to run from the beginning? In theory, this is the correct play. Like this is a correct way of playing from AI. But from the other hand, this leads to really crazy variations. And I'm not sure that, for example, Luizov knows a lot about these variations, starting from this corner. With Prokop, I played this already, I think as white, and we go for the most, like I think I played Prokop maybe in last 2 years twice or 3 times, and in one of the game we had the most complicated variations of this Joseki. And he chose to go for it. So I think he's confident in this. For example, next time, even though the result was even, but next time I wouldn't play it because I think he's studying this. maybe all the time. But for that, you need to play more to know who is strong in which part. But I think Prokop is strong in this Joseki. So I wouldn't go for it. Yeah, he goes for the most. Like now, there is an option to avoid it. You can just play here and play like this, for example. This way, I think it's a bit worse for black, like half a point, which is okay. It's not really a problem, but the most optimal move is jump and goes to the crazy stuff. Like this is goes to a crazy one because most of the cases you give up stones here and you get something extra, some outside. Yeah, and I think Joseki would be like this. Don't even remember what is the next moves. I want to extend, but I want to Atari and extend, but I don't know. Then you need suddenly a ladder. I remember that after this it looks funny after all of these variations because you play here and now suddenly black can try to capture the 3 stones, for example. I think even now it's already annoying. So it's getting fun even after this. But this is the basic variation. You can maybe even consider to play like this. Yeah, this one. This looks like a Joseki. This. Maybe now timing is to make exchange here, and then play this. And we need to capture, we need to push. Looks like something like this, but I don't remember. This looks good for white, in fact. What about d12 instead of d13? d12. This is also Joseki. This one is also Joseki. This is more simple one. I think here you just play something like this, and this is way more simple. Here white already kind of have its shape, so yeah, and now it's really difficult to die with this group. The other one, why it's complicated, because it's like we enter some reading stages where groups can die. Here you can easily handle this with intuition, just need to build a shape and just run. Sometimes you play like this, sometimes I think there's other moves like this also you play. And yeah, or also maybe you can even consider other moves, I don't know. I don't remember. Probably there is some. But I think I saw something else, but mostly I think this one. There's this and this. This is the easiest one. Usually when I see this, I mostly play like this as white. But this is also a Joseki. Just this one leads to complicated stuff. This I'm pretty sure. Like just if you think about crosscut, about this move, and now the timing when you need to play this, because by itself it's pretty bad exchange. If you will not get anything, you just most likely losing points. Like in a game, you will see A, B would be a minus, like white played. And that's why you need to be careful. In the game, white played this one. And I think that in this situation, I really want to Hane. And it feels like this is like center, and I don't think you can really skip playing here. This one most likely is not working because black can connect and then play this. So it looks dangerous for white to cut. So white can go up. And now we defend. And now what about, like only this cut in reality is left. And now we need to think, is leather good or not? Let's go like this. think leather is good for black. So I think black should play this. Now this looks like a mistake. I feel like this one is kind of good. I don't see. I mean, it would be like this. And this way it looks amazing for black. Black managed to block everything. White gets a good corner, but black shape outside is just too good. I mean, on this you can even defend here, and now it feels like everything is great. After that, now when you connect on this Hane, you cannot cut anymore now because you just give too much. Yeah, and white doesn't need to capture. Now you have to play this, and it feels like this one a bit painful for black to live like this. Also, I don't really like this one. I also thought that this might be a powerful move, but I feel like if I already would play like here, then I would play this way, this. But also there is some problems. The group like is alive, but giving up L19 is feels like bad sign. So I agree that you need to push once to be sure that the group is alive, but now I don't see a point of A. I don't think that white really want to destroy anything from the perspective of A. I'm not sure. Maybe I would even consider to play something like this and force white to play on that side. It's not so easy to find a move. I mean, on this we can push. So yeah, Tenuki is also okay. I'm not sure what I want to do, or I want to attack or just extend from the wall, but I for sure don't want to play A. Let's put some pressure. But even if white answer, I think, like in a game, white answered, but I'm not sure it's good exchange. I think O17 is more like neutral area at the moment. So feels like black made slow move there. This one is good. Good direction. Okay. Even like this. I think here you can just defend. I think white should play here once. It feels like it's center and then connect. This way you make the, like you, even like this, maybe the shape is not as painful. Well, hard to choose which one is better, this or this. It's like even difficult question. Because anyway, black would turn. Like if you push, I don't think black would play elsewhere. Black should turn. Maybe it would be like this, but black is more or less happy. And about this exchange, you see now if you would make it, most likely it would be -2 points. So you need to be really careful with timing. Like if white before this move try to go for something like this, then it can happen that it would be minus. About this extent, it looks like it gives you more points, but there is also a problem in shape. So it's like you pay, you get more points, that's for sure. At the moment you have more, but this problem at B might be also you need to pay more points. Maybe not, depends how the game will go on. But this is like more risky way of playing. Somehow I don't like these shapes for black, for white, sorry. Yeah, it looks over concentrated. I'm not sure, maybe I would even go with this move. It looks more interesting. Maybe too aggressive. But I think I would go for something like this. Yeah, and then something like this. It looks like a good, like d3 for e2. It looks like very good exchange. And if we try to kill it, I think like this we can. Maybe not. Maybe like this we have to again play like this and go for this one. Now maybe it's also okay. It doesn't look so bad. I want to play this one, but I feel like it's not enough liberties here at the moment. Like you cut and you cannot capture, just behind by one. So that's why at the moment it doesn't work. Maybe just like this, but then also high one doesn't really matter much. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Looks good. Yeah, there was an option to play like this. Don't know if it was better or not. It's end of the kind of Fusekian first part of the game. So in theory, Moyo is less important, but also A is not completely live group. White attack from L4 is better. Oh no, this would be not possible, I think. Like it feels like maybe L3 because you really want to destroy the base. But now I feel like this would be a problem. Even like this, it feels like that probably black would manage to build some base. And so then you lose way more points on the left. So I think here you kind of, this is the price of the b3. You have to play g3 afterwards. If the stone would be at B, like from B it would be at A, then attack would be more severe. But as far as you took more points, now you to be sure that your position is have some balance, you need to play G3 at this point. Otherwise, it would be a bit of like too many weak points, and you try to attack feels like a bit of a pledge. Yeah, and now I don't know which one to choose. Like A and B, both looks okay, and B is like more loose. It gives more points. I think now black should just play here. Maybe something like this, give more points. And maybe instead of connection, like this, and instead of connection, play the moves like this, in order to attack and connect, and try to get really big area like on the top, like this area. This would be a good plan. Usually you defend, like if there's nothing urgent, you defend something like here. This is standard move or connection. With this one, this move is center, so it makes territory a bit smaller, but if you can get like this, and then defend like this would be the most efficient way of defending territory. But maybe it's a bit optimistic to think that also white will play like this. But I think this is not bad idea. And I think Blake is going for this because, well, looks reasonable. And about the status of the game, now it's not really clear who is winning up to here. I think the game is balanced. Maybe I would take black because of the strange shape on the bottom, like here. It feels like that when you build this kind of shape and this shape for white and shape for black, like the efficiency is different. Like it feels like that black shape is way more efficient than white. And the other thing were more or less balanced. Maybe also black made some small mistake with this move, which even now it's clear that if instead of A you have a move at B, all black position would be like even better. But even now it looks good. And for white, yeah, I think this is the only thing where my white made maybe some kind of mistakes. The other thing was okay. And I think this Joseki might be also kind of even, this on top. But I'm not sure. I never had this variation in my life. Like I had similar one, but this one, when Blake just leave like this, I didn't even consider that you can do like this, but it looks fine. Maybe when you have stones on the right corner, it's a bit easier. Okay, I think here we can also move have some pause. Also, I want to check if we have a video or not. Yeah, we have a video. I will just try to set it. The playing place. 1 second. Yeah, we have it. Just should be okay, I guess. Yeah. So here is the video from the playing place. Should be fine. This is the first row, the first board. Jan Kioling from the right, from the left is Kim Do-hyuk. Then I cannot see it clearly. Then on the second board, closer to us is Louis Och, and a bit further is Jan Prokop. The players. Yeah. And some other people are watching. No pros, but they are playing on board 3, and I don't know if you check, there is some broadcast, you can check it in some, like with this board, but I cannot really enter and check the game. I would also comment it, but I don't know how to do it. So they are playing on game 3, and if you can solve how does it work, the Chinese website on Chinese board, then you can check the game number 3, but I don't know. My browser just doesn't want to check it. Even though on the previous tournament, I think in Leipzig it was possible, so I don't know. And I think it was same board. So it looks something went strange. Yeah. So here we made the pause with this game. Let's move to the game number 1. It would be game where does this is a Prague tournament. It's just in Prague. So let's go back. This is Jan Kioling and Kim Do-hyuk. Yeah, we stopped here. Yeah, here White is really trying to do something. I think White understands that he died with the group, and if he will not come back in the game shortly, the game would be over. But I don't know if he can. Yeah, this cut is annoying. And now, even like this, that looks slow. Let's say slow, but in reality, you should always play here. And then fight. There is a call, and then you capture and you fight. I think like this, the stakes for core for White is also huge. Now it's not even big, it's huge. So yeah, but this please resign moves, I mean, why you need to go with this? This is bad manner of play. Like you capture the core, but this core is not really a problem. Like if you try to play there, like capture, you connect it, so there is no problem at all. I think this is connected or not. Yeah, this is connected completely. Just block, and this is connected. So there is no need to rush with that. And that means the black kind of wastes a move with some bad exchanges. And now I think that, I mean, probably white is not completely be caught up, but I mean, black lose 5 points from advantage for sure after this sequence. And then we try to kill, but this is not dead. This is for sure not dead. This looks somehow bad for black. I think black should go more aggressive way here. Is it possible to kill? Like, for example, you can play here. This looks like a proper move. If white would answer, I think the group should be dead. Like this. Or it's not dead. That's not so easy. Not enough liberties. Like this, we have, what do we have? Like this, it's some core. Well, even core is good. I think core is amazing in this situation for black. I mean, this is just good core. And it would lead to this kind of core. And feels like it's okay. Maybe you can even get it like this. Maybe not. B18 instead of C18. B18 instead of C18. Yeah, if we start with this one, then it doesn't work. Like if we start like this, maybe now you can still play it. So we need to make the order different. We need to play like this. Or this one is alive. That's interesting. True. Wait, but that one also should be dead. This should be dead. My Sumigo skills tell me this should be dead, but I'm not sure. Looks not that easy. This one is not center. I want to get this, but it's not center. Probably it's alive. And now this one have to answer. And then this. And this is Seki at least. Yeah. Probably not so easy. What else we can do here? I'm just thinking. I just have a feeling this was not the optimal one, but maybe I'm wrong. Can be easily. White is alive with 2 points from the other side. You have some moves center. But I think white is happy here, for sure. And Kim Do-hyuk is trying to push more tempo. This is a bit even crazy. Here you have to cut. Cannot understand this exchange. I mean, you just lose some option to play here later. Might be also good. But okay. Should be some plan. I mean, in what reality this go is working? Or this sequence, let's say. It will lead to a call, but not even call. Oh, yeah, you cannot play this call as black. Felt like white gets something, but I think that like whatever white is going to get here, and like this result, what was in the end, it's not even important what is going on. I think this is just bad for white, what is white is doing. And the game by itself now is not really the worst moment for white. Like white probably is behind by a few points, I don't know, by like 10 or something, but there is no reason to go with the crazy sequences. So it feels like after the white died with the group and up to here, it was only white who was gaining, like up to this moment. Maybe now white is probably not okay, but I don't know, behind by Komi or like 5 points. Maybe 10, but I'm not sure even 10. It feels like that a lot of points, but this is only territory what you have. And if you play the bottom side is for white, group is alive. I think white is fine. Yeah. And this is... looks like here white just throw away all advantage that he built. And now I think I like black even more. I mean, black gets 10 points on the left, with losing almost nothing, becomes stronger, and white still play on the bottom. Like, the value of what white gets is this. This is the only thing what you get, which is not a lot. And now I think if black first play the Kakari move like here or something, yeah, then black is okay. I think also here you have to defend. Kosumi is too much. There should be something with Kosumi, pretty sure. Also, it's not so many points gain, like 2. But most likely you lose from the other side. Just need to find out how. This one doesn't work, clearly, so maybe just this center, if it's even center. Yeah, like this. This is a problem. So because of that, maybe you should just defend normally. This. Okay. This was not in my calculations. Also, I don't know why you need to play this. Doesn't make much sense. No, this looks good. This looks super annoying. Maybe even too much to play like this, I don't know. But looks nice. At the moment it's working, you can play like this and destroy a lot of points. Yeah. But this is a simple move. I think in a game, it depends whom I would play. If I would think that I'm good, I would not consider b3. If I would say it's even, I would play some move like b3 to see what would be the most likely the reaction, how white would react, and then just it's really painful if you see these kind of moves. A is just normal. I mean, probably still okay. It's not like a problem. It's not like a mistake for sure. Yeah. But I think at this point, black probably is ahead again, and nothing really critical is happening here. Black ahead by 10 around, and yeah, we can maybe step by step move to the game, the other game. Yeah. 2. Also, if you compare the face of Jan Kjoling and against Kim Do-hyuk, I think he's feeling confident compared to the previous round against Stash. Stash, he was not feeling that confident. He made some mistakes and it was unclear. Now it feels like he controlled the game and it should be easy game for him. So let's try the other. Let's go with the other game. Okay, what do we have here? This is the game between Oak Lewis and Jan Prokop. And wow, like everything what we predicted, like also Prokop made soft move. He didn't went for really crazy sequence, like not crazy, but aggressive. Let's put it. It's not crazy. It's aggressive sequence when you try to attack and defend. I mean, crazy the sequence would be after you play like this and white cuts. That would be crazy. And then you have the fight. You ignore, you try to kill. White ignores. This looks crazy. The other thing that we have in the game is more balance. Black doesn't really go for some overextension. Try to play steady moves, not the super efficient one. But white, even for this way, white invades. And this is too much. Like I played with Oak Lewis last time when I was like, I don't know, 6 down, 5 down, 6 down, I don't remember. And it's like, I remember that even at that time, it felt like he is trying to play aggressive. Like really, like he's playing a bit overplayish. And I think Oak Lewis is like a bit older player. And in older player, when you have the style, most likely it will stick. It's not like you change the style each 2 years. So I think he's like the guy who is sometimes it feels like he's playing like a kid with this crazy sequences. He's not really afraid to go for the crazy fight. And this feels like super crazy fight. And yeah, I don't know. I think the chance is too low about the winning. About Godev, about does Black doesn't need to go crazy. I think Black is ahead, but you know, it's about how you feel comfortable to play. Like I think for me it would be way more comfortable to play like this, and I would feel okay in this fight, even though it's still. I think Black is good, but trying to play endgame like this, it depends. Maybe it's just okay to play like this. I'm just not don't like to start endgame from this point, even if I'm ahead by a few points by like Komi. It takes a lot of efforts to finish the game still, and this way, that's fun. But I can see the point. But I don't think that it's so big lead that you can just easily win it. Even in this case, it's still possible that game would be close. I'm banned or chat or what? No. Did you write a lot? And this, if you write a lot, and this is the first message, then yeah. Or you think you're banned for the message that David knows a lot about Sumego? Maybe. Maybe I didn't see anything. I will check. I have other chat, but just on the other one. And if you had a question, yeah, there was a lot. Moment. Yes. That's true. I don't know why it was disconnected. Push and Sansan. I don't know if it was. I see some. I see something, but I don't know where it was. I see. I have a chat also on the other window, like on just window of Twitch. And yeah, there is everything. And on window of chat box, I don't have it. Yeah. If you had a question, you can just try to write it again, and yeah, maybe it's already too late, but at least you can say the game and question. I will just come back to that. Sorry about this. So if white doesn't invade here, black is far ahead, but not really. I think if you just play normally endgame, it should be okay. Like, it's not like far ahead. This is the game, and let's say we play now here. You need to defend, and then we play this endgame. I think if you play like this, it should be okay-ish. Like, winnable even. It should be reasonable game, I am pretty sure. Maybe now you play something like this, have to answer, play some endgame, should be okay. I think maximum like this, black is ahead by like 6 or something, like 5. But also all shapes are fixed, so maybe all decided this is not a really, this is pure endgame now. Like you need to play 200 moves, and you need to be sure that like you are doing good in these 200 moves. No fight anymore. Everything is fixed. Not a lot of people likes to play like this. I think really not a lot. And that's why this is the last place he can do something. He goes for it. I think this might be too much. Yeah, now most likely we will see some kind of harness. Looks, in my eyes, looks kind of hopeless. Maybe we're afraid of this one, but I don't think so. I think this white is dying here anyhow. Like, top is close to be dead already. Left is not, but this is not the fight you want to have. I don't know. At this point, Jan is thinking, but I don't even see what is the optimal way how white can do anything close to a fight here. Maybe even this would be too much. Then if black can cut, maybe the idea is to play like this. This would be not a compromise, but I think if anyway on this one you can still get the same cut, and it's anyway painful. So I think this is the move. Like white have to go for the compromise. Yeah, and then see how it goes. So I'm just looking at this game, and I don't see the follow-up, how to make the game even playable after this. I think that let's see. This is the game. I don't know. This is, I know if you go with computer, he solved this so easily. But each move of the black looks obvious in this position, and each move of the white, I don't have any clue. This is like some position like a trap. And I have a feeling that Luis would lose soon this game. Like, 20-30 moves, and I think white is collapsing here. I don't see how to handle this. I think you need to go like this. This, and tiger mouse. That's not making the situation better. Also, this exchange, if it's exchange, it's not ever good for white. Group on top is just too big. Maybe there is some agi. I think black can maybe kill it like this. But still, looks difficult. And there is no way you can go for a compromise at all. Maybe some cut. Maybe like this. This looks like even a result. Even not bad result. Like from the situation we had, this looks like some option. And I think you cannot skip it, so maybe this is what we will see. And this way, white is still in the game. I think result is bad, but at least white didn't lose completely. So this is what you need to look as white. I think this is the only thing you can do here. This Atari doesn't help. Yeah, so only like this. If white goes from the different side, then most likely it's game over. Like if you go here, instead of O11, O11, L13. Yeah. Basically, you need to play something like this. I know that this is always... this is more like a human move. Kata will never play like this. This is not even in the eyes of a kata, because this is not optimal move, clearly. Optimal, you don't waste the move to close the cutting point. Optimally, cutting point is closed by some combination on the other side, so you get something and close cutting point. So this would be optimal in any case. Just the risk goes up a bit. So yeah, it's up to you. If you think you're winning, this should be a decent one. And also here, I would be, again, happy to defend like this. I think this is, in this situation, this would be the optimal one. And I think this would be like 2 points mistake or something. And yeah, should be okay. But also Kata knows clearly how to attack the group, which, like, in my eyes, there is like 5 to 10 moves. And Kata sees the combination clearly, so like computer can easily close the cut point. For creative, you need to have a lot of creativity to do that. Yeah. So I think here, maybe in this game, we can make a pause. See if I don't know, they played few moves even. Yeah, they played already few moves, so it was like this. No. How I missed that? This we see, so it should be this one. This Atari. This one. And this one, I don't know if it's good. looks still okay-ish somehow for black. A lot of cash. But I think this one maybe even... I like this. The other one I like more for black. I like this more. It feels like corner is safe. There's nothing in the corner. Maybe you lose some cash, but most likely you get sent and play elsewhere. So should be also fine. Okay. But like this, black get cash. And I think black is ahead. Like all this sequence would be okay if we don't have this exchange. I think without this exchange it would be fine. And with this exchange it makes like -10 immediately. So maybe the idea just not playing at A but just playing here and play like this would be good. Then with cut, then all the sequence looks really good. Again, you don't make that exchange, you don't lose the monkey jump and other stuff on the corner. And yeah, if we go the same way, this, now it looks pretty good for white. I think now white maybe even, maybe like this is even game already, and white fight back everything. Okay, I think here we can make a pause. They play a bit slower than other. They started the game just right away. Okay, they play slower than other pairs, so let's go to the other pair. Again, some crazy fight is happening. Like, we stopped here. Okay, that was clear. This is also, and then we cut. I think this way, this fight is more like, looks super hopeless for black. Like, usually when you go with this sequence, this should be more or less even, all this fight. But in this case, black has a wall on the left and on the top. It makes a big difference. Also group is not alive at the moment. Like, I mean, this group. It looks not important, but you can just kill it playing it B, just destroying ice. So just having these two moves might be enough in this situation to just kill the group. It's super dead. 1, 2, or maybe I'm missing the eye on top. Maybe I'm missing some core with the corner. Like, at least you can, if you play something like this as black, let's say you play something like this, you can kill the corner. Black leaves and then you can kill it. It's minimum what probably black can do here. So starting options are pretty bad, like starting position is pretty bad for this fight. And this is the game. And I think yeah, here there's not many options you can think about. But now, when white push again, one thing which is might be dangerous is this cut. You keep saying it's for black. No, it's for white. It should be. Sorry. Then you see, when you're commenting alone, not with someone, you need to talk. You need to talk all the time, and at some point you don't focus like the small stuff, like who played whom color, which color, and yeah. But this fight is, yeah, doesn't look good for white. I think in variation I show them that white is not good, but yeah, saying that it's hopeless for black happens all the time. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm thinking how dangerous is this cut. Maybe you can clearly cut like this, but this is already too small, like super small on the left, so maybe like it's way too small. So you need to cut it this way. Can black kill it? Maybe this way. Some core. Even like this, it looks not that easy. I mean, yeah, we have a core, but black already gets for this core something. And then after the core, you can get something else, and it should be fine, even if you get something like this. What is this game? Is this checkers? It's Go. It's Go. You can, if you are new to this channel, which is, yeah, there is on the bottom, like under this channel, there is some links what explain what is this game. Like there is links how to start the game, where you play, and something like this. And yeah, and the joke about Othello, I don't know, it's not Othello, but you can find all information because it's not as easy to explain just right on the stream. Yeah. So what I don't know. I think I learned Othello way later than Go. I learned Othello like first was 5 in a row. Like this is what you usually learn on this kind of board. And then after that, I learned Go. And Othello, it was some extra game which was not related to Go at all. This is so far a game. From good thing, what I want to say that Kim is managing to make this game complicated. Kim the Cube. It's getting not so easy to make compromises in this game. Like he pushing a lot of variation where you at some point need to really make difficult decision. Anytime one play in public, someone asks if it's Othello. That means Othello is more popular than Go. But I think it's not true. Okay. We're going for a crazy cut now. I think this cut. How crazy is that? I mean, if it works, it's game over. But is it working? In Europe, most people don't know Go, and that's a new experience for me. I don't know why Othello is so. I know about chess. If we compare to chess, I agree, but Othello, come on. I'm not sure. Maybe there is some ups, like Othello, and they becomes popular, but I don't know. I think it's not comparable. There is no like there is Go Federation and there is some stuff, but on Othello I didn't see anything. Like it's just some random game. So there is some tournaments in Go. Maybe in Othello also. Reversi was default game in Windows. Okay, maybe because of that. They just make a game Go instead of that, and it can work. Well, probably. I don't know. It's a good advertisement. Haven't you seen Yami no Othello? That looks like Hikaru no Go. Just something different. Yeah. Hikaru no Othello. Yeah. I'm thinking, is Yang Link really that brave to cut here? Um, like, you're winning, and then you go with like this to make the game. Like, it's for sure the sequence that can cost you a game. Other option is to connect and then maybe capture, but then I think the whole group is dead. So it doesn't have any choice. I mean, he have to play like this. Or maybe there is some stuff here which I forgot. This one looks like a decent option. Like, maybe not cut. I think now it's good timing to ask here, just to see what would be the reaction. And now push. This looks maybe some core. With this core, you make the bottom part way smaller, and this way you can defend from the cut. Yeah, it's on a camera. I mean, he doesn't feel super relaxed. I think he had some thinking, like he's really under pressure. Doesn't feel like he's super relaxed. Uh, so maybe it's not that easy. Or Jan, I mean maybe Jan Prokop. I was thinking about Jan, not Jan. I think Jan Prokop is feeling relaxed because, before he played 3-7 dance, like he played two professionals and Kim Do Hyuk, and now he got finally 6 done, like, and it feels like finally someone easy to play. And then you feel the big difference when you play. I think in tournaments, I had also the same feeling when you play like 7 on one professional, another professional, and then finally you get 6 done. You are so happy. Even 6 done is like also a strong player, but the difference is so big. You can play like now. You don't need to play that focus test before because you can make some mistakes and it might be still okay, still enough to win. Yeah. I think about playing 6 dan. Well, 6 dan is average. I'm not happy when I'm playing 4 dan or 5 dan because most likely it says something already went wrong. But 6 dan is okay. 6 dan is fine. You cannot play a tournament win a tournament without playing 6 dan, I think. Or if there is no 6 dan at all, then you can. But yeah, like this tournament, like in Prague, you cannot win without playing 6 dan, I think. So, Yankee Oling just answered, and now I'm really interested what happens if we cut. So the bottom is dead, and left is dead. I think this is just good for black. This maybe. Or maybe not. Need to count. But looks like very easy. Looks like black has a lot. should be win for black, like this. Need to find out something more interesting. Maybe Kosumi here as a move, or even push, like we checked before, in order to have some options to escape. I think Kim Do-hyuk should put more and more pressure, because it feels like even though he's making a lot of problems, the game is still in favor of black, so he needs to kind of still put some pressure in order to have a chance. Maybe at some point Hyun Yoling made a mistake. Yeah. Okay, let's go to see how is Yan there. So we checked here the game. I started to play endgame. And they played like 5 moves, I think. Yeah. They played 5 moves. They are starting to play slow. I don't know if they started just in time. I think no. I think they started 5 minutes later. And also they already playing almost 2 hours. They're playing so slow, but I mean, I think they should be close to already finish of the time. We get some new 7 dance at least. Maybe pro qualification can at some point annual. Don't know what means annual, but I think, I mean, who with new 6 dance 7 dance we have? Okay, it's yearly. Thank you. Something new for me. Yearly pro qualification, but we don't have a 7. Like we don't have even 7 done yearly. I don't know whom we have now new 7 done. Like Yan Shimara, he was 6 done, becomes pro, and 7 dance. I will even check who we have as 7 dance. We don't have that many. Also about Kim Do-hyuk and Hyun Hyaoling, they are both 7 dance, but they cannot be participating. Oscar was 7 dan. I think last summer he became 7 dan. Also we have Benjamin Dragonese, Benziro, 7 dan. Also we have Jonas Vertike, 7 dan. And that's it. I mean, yeah. Yan Qiaoling. Yan Qiaoling doesn't have European passport, so he cannot really participate in pro qualification. Yeah, Lucan, Rob. I mean, just, we had these people like Jonas de Bere, Benziro before also, but they didn't participate in pro qualification. So it doesn't really, yeah, also Freda, but they all didn't participate. It's not the problem to create pro qualification, it's problem to gather everyone and force them to play in pro qualification. I think this is the most difficult job, because in last pro qualification there was 2 7 dans, which was Lucan and Oscar, and the rest were 6 dans. And if you can gather at least all 7 dans or very strong 6 dans, then it would be okay. Yeah. It's possible, just you need to kind of make it that it would be some competition. When a 7 dan plays against a 4 dan will be a handicap. It depends what tournament it is. If it's just a teaching game, yes. If you play in tournament games, there would be never a handicap. I mean, there is one with a handicap, I think. I'm not even sure it's even played anymore. Mitic brothers are also 7 dans. Yes, but again, they are not participating in pro qualification. The problem that nowadays people just get 7 dance, and because rating is always goes up. Like when people are playing, I think at some point, if you're always playing and top people, they will always get a higher rating, like step by step, point by point, and then everyone is growing. I think like Mitic at some point becomes 7, Jonas, maybe some more people, but problem that they are not really willing to play a pro qualification. It's tough tournament with only one prize place, and people are a lot of times not ready to go for that. Yeah, and then I don't think it's all when you decide how many pro qualifications should be. It depends not only the amount of six done, but amount of people who wants to participate. For example, I know that Mitish brothers never participated, and they don't want to. Debar, I also don't think he participated recently. Maybe also Valery will become, but I also asked Valery, he also doesn't want to go. And a lot of people, like maybe Freda or Benziro, I asked Benziro, he also didn't want to participate. And yeah, about Valery, yeah, that was that was optimistic. Yeah, Debar participated some years ago, and but just if you gather at least people who are willing to play, and it would be all 7 done, then I agree. But if they are like, you know, not really fighting for the professional, or just if you create it and then also all 7 dance will not play, it doesn't make any sense to create. So how are you making you go? That's not easy question. I don't know. I think I wanted to become a pro because I wanted to become a pro. It was not related to EJF much. It was just a dream from childhood. Maybe when you get in older, this dream becomes less important overall. So maybe now you need some more interesting stuff, but it's not so easy to find the system which would work easily. Okay, let's go to the game. This is like the off topic. We can talk with hours, I think. This is interesting, but I think even though they are playing slow, they're still playing. They played one move in 5 minutes. That's not so much. But anyway, I want to just check what is going on. Jonas could not this year, and so on. Oscar probably didn't had time. Oscar was this year. This year it was like a shock. Oscar played, yeah. Oscar played. I know it was a shock, but there is no guarantee next time it would be also not a shock, and you never know how it will be next time. So yeah, and at least you need maybe to organize it half year before. There should be some decent qualifications. For example, like these tournaments like Prague, Paris can be it can nominate people to, let's say, pro qualifications that would be in the next year. The system should be completely different. And maybe the people who are playing this tournament would be super interested to go because they are active, they're trying to play, and yeah, something like this. Okay. There is some problems. I'm just wondering, can you do something immediately? But yeah, you need to capture. I think still white is behind, no matter what will happen. I saw also there was some question in chat. Wait. About the game, I mean. With exchange R12, yeah, S10, yeah, with this exchange, for sure black is ahead. And I think now black is ahead by like 10 or something. I'm not sure this is the optimal way how black played on the left. Like here, after this attach, maybe you can get a better shape. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this was better, just shape-wise, and more points. And I think with this one, black giving up something. But also, I'm not sure what happens if we extend. Is there a ladder or what? Like it was such a big difference that you cannot, like, if what happens if we play like this? And maybe now we defend. I think this way looks more promising, because now you can play the moves like here or even extend, and white have problems with that all stuff in center. Maybe this way would be more interesting, because feels like here with this sequence for sure get something, and now game is closer. I don't know if it's enough, because AB is, I mean, if you don't have AB, for sure white would be even ahead now, I think. But now, I don't know. Feels like still black is ahead, but maybe again, super close game. Like Komi or something. I'm just thinking, is it enough to have Komi for this kind of game? Like, is it really possible to recover after you are losing Komi, let's say? Okay, I think here maybe we can move to the other game, because they're really slow. Also, I think they started later. I think game Prokopian and Okluiz, they started like 10 minutes later than the same game between Yan Gaolink and Kim Do-hyuk. So let's maybe focus more on the first game, because I think there we play faster. And also there is like fighting here. This game between Prokop and Och, it would be end game. It would be very long game. In any case, the other game might be already, it can finish in 10 moves, like easily, because one make mistake and the risk is too high. This is cool. This I didn't expect. This is really nice. This looks like more like a blunder from Yang Qiaolink. I think he should exchange this. This was like necessary and play like this. Now you still have this ko for basically a corner. And yeah, like this. I mean, to have this ko in the pocket, this is like a huge advantage. And now on this exchange, suddenly there is not much you can do. Well, maybe you can cut and kill this. I don't know. But I guess it's not that easy. No, this point is possible. Or not. No, just like this. It's not even worth it. This is the game. Somehow here feels like I start again after this exchange. I start to believe in Kim Do-hyuk in this game, because he managed to settle his position, and now Black has more problems than white. It feels like black just connected, but that's it. This was a big blunder. Like, having now a core there would make group C, like, it's way easier to live with group C having core there. And now, I'm not even sure it's so easy. It feels like really problematic. I mean, it will live, but maybe white can even. Okay, it just can capture 3 stones. That's sad. If it's always like this, then it's always sad. I'm just wondering that maybe it's better to go with this one at least. Don't know if it helps. But maybe you can go with some more interesting things. This already looks more interesting. Maybe like this. This looks good. Like, yeah, you give up it, but this looks like you get something. In a game, King the Cube get nothing. And this way maybe is enough for white to win. If you don't kill the bottom, but you get nice squeezed, a lot of territory on the right. Start endgame first. Might be enough. But in the game it was different. It just, when black captured this, now I suddenly lose face in black completely. Okay. Oh, not in black and white, I mean. Yeah. Now we have a same variation, but I think it's good time to count points. So it would be 8 on the bottom, on top 2, plus in center is like 4, so it's 14, plus right side, what all white have. It's like around 35, so white have 50. And black, black has 75. I think maybe even with this cool sequence with nice squeeze, it's still not enough. I think difference is just too big. And only one thing what would be helpful if this group is alive. But I don't know, maybe here instead of this one you can try something like Kosumi. I really think you need to kill and now go like this. This might work. And maybe this is the only way how you can kill it. How you can maybe live like this. And if you can live, then maybe you can hope for a killing of this group. I think this is like too much, but if you don't have other choice, maybe this is the only choice you have. But giving up the stones like this up to here, this is not a game anymore. And I count like this, that black play not even optimal endgame. I count that white get this territory, but black can try to do more crazy stuff, like, I don't know what happens if black play this. Maybe black can leave. This looks at least scary. At least. Maybe, yeah. Okay, here it's not 2 anymore. I think Jan Kioling made also some kind of blunder. Best way is to play like this. Like this is 2 points, he pushed it to 4. I mean, maybe 2 points mistake, but I think it doesn't matter. He is not even trying. He understands that he's winning big time this game. So all this fight he kind of handled well, lived with everything, and one thing what I'm thinking, maybe, yeah, but you would capture and it's connected. There is no possibility to kill anything. I was thinking maybe you can kill, but this is not really possible, so I think this game looks over. There's no way White is winning this. Okay. I maybe at this point I think good idea to stop here, and I will try to follow the I would follow the game, but I will just tell you the result. There was something in the chat I missed. 1 second. Um, there is not so much. It's a bit difficult jobs, but Godave, which I also didn't understand, but okay. Let's move. Ah, yeah, I didn't see that the name is about commentary. I need to change the name. This I can do. Meanwhile, and also move to the game number 1. Or it's game number 2. And meanwhile, I will change the name because it's not nice. I just checked just right now. Especially about commentary of Tongi. That's not what I expected it would be. That should be good. Okay, let's move to the game number 1. I think here we will see for sure a lot of endgame. Like this game, you cannot hope that it would be just like it would be just over. It's I don't know. Feels like we will play endgame. Maybe at some point someone will resign, but it's unlikely. Yeah, black is playing safe. White is also. This is cool Tesuji. And is it really working? This looks like a bluff. I want to try, but maybe White should try this. It feels like when you don't try, well, you get some wall for this monkey jump, which destroys all points. But the wall in center, like these stones, are kind of useless. These stones. Maybe you need to try to play some center moves, for example, some cool moves. I don't know, like push and here. And then it can be this way it looks like some option, because yeah, maybe afterwards you can play S9 and try to resist, because just like giving up more points, and I feel like he's even behind, like I feel like black is good here, and like this maybe you can resist, and this, if you can get this, it might win you a game at this point. Like this, some compromise, but it feels kind of game overish. Like what white built is this, which is not even clear if it's points, and that's not a lot. Is this center? It's not. So we can even play endgame now. This is amazing, like to play this kind of endgame now. Like if there is a choice between connecting, like here in center, and playing endgame, like he played endgame on top, okay. But if there is a choice between connecting and playing endgame and leave, you always need to go with endgame, like you get way more points. Move at A, value is close to 0, but this one looks good. So yeah, this way it should be fine, and then white get it. I'm thinking if it's like this, then for sure you need to play on the bottom. Bottom is big. Like it would be, we play here, then you, even if you answer, I don't think it's really a big deal. Maybe this is the correct answer here. Even like this, it looks fine. Looks like not a big deal overall to play there. And yeah, this center, afterwards you will have Hane and Hane again. But even after this, like if we, I think we can count points now to be exact, because I count on the previous game it was not close. Maybe here's also not completely close. 5, 10, 24, let's say 25, the bottom left. It's like 13, two groups, 13 maybe, 13 plus 2 captures, let's say 15. So it's 40, white has 40 without the bottom right, and plus 20. So white have 60 points without Komi. And what black has? I count like 37 and half pairs, which is 60, 75, 75 to 60. About the relay of power game. In theory, I can try to give you it, if I can manage. If you can enter, like, I cannot. This is some Chinese server. Maybe I cannot already. Don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. One second. Should be somewhere. It should be here, but I don't know if it's possible. I know I cannot even send the link. Sorry, but maybe the other one I can. This one I can. Yeah, you can enter this website if you can. For example, I cannot. I don't know. My Firefox doesn't really like this website, and in theory it should be they play on some boards that record the game. It's like Pavel play against Tash, so it should be there, but I cannot really check. Yeah. And yeah, it works. I don't know how you do that. For me, it doesn't work. For me, it's just loading, and it doesn't work. Don't know what's the difference. Maybe my software is not good for Chinese websites. Don't know. This is something new. I think with this board, I saw it's only on the last tournament. How does it work? I don't know how the app worked pretty well. So maybe in next tournaments we will have just boards without scribers, because it's better. It's just a record game while you're playing, and then you don't use person for that. But this game looks kind of difficult to win for Louis. Like, I think now it would be something like this. This Atari here, Atari connect, and then it would be even more points, which I didn't count for black. And I think another job replaced by robots. I think it's not the best job you want to have. I don't know if you like to broadcast games. That takes a while. Like, you need to not play 3 hours, and usually not everyone can do it. Like, usually only Go players, which want to play a tournament, most likely then broadcast games. And that's why with this job, I think it's like everyone is happy, I think. Also, when you play in that board, most likely, even if players play fast, there is some advantages, like you will never get lost the order, because the board will just for sure remember everything. So there is some pluses. The minuses, I don't know, probably it's machine, and yeah, for example, everyone hates if you make mistake, about its machine. And I don't know how does it work if the stone fall down to the board. Let's say it happens that sometimes you just don't put it, but the stone fall down. I don't know if during the game it might be also a problem. Let's say you have 10 seconds, you need to play, just suddenly some stones falling from your hands. It's not a move, but stone fall, and maybe it's already will record it, and you never know like how to delete it. Players will not do it, and we don't know how it will be scribed. So yeah, there is some pluses and minuses, but it's nice to have it, like, especially can broadcast more games without people. Yeah, here in this game, like, I don't think anything can happen. I think here just Jan is solidly winning by Komi, and no matter what will happen, he wins this game by Komi. Maybe we can move to the other one where it's kind of close. Well, it also feels like those games are not close this time. And also, I don't know which one is more interesting in the end. Because here, can you lose Komi? In theory, I think even now, if Prokop would play with AI, he would win. Even by Komi, it's like there is not enough space where you can really make a mistake. So both of them, when they play, they most likely would win their games. Like, Yeah, let's say this is the game. Yeah, okay, it's like this. And most likely, yeah, most likely it's kind of over. But maybe one more thing, need to think if there is some cool end games, but I don't think there is anything interesting even. The biggest thing now would be there is two moves which are big. I guess it would be A and B. B is for this stage is huge. I don't even know why they don't play B. It looks like really, really amazingly big. Probably the biggest one. And I think it's even might be bigger than this. It's 3 points in reverse center, which is more likely 6. No, maybe this one is bigger. Hard to say. This one in the end is... This is 7 points. This is 3 in center. Probably 6. But this is 7 was the biggest, like way bigger. Like if we compare now, this move is bigger than connecting here for sure. Think maybe like 7, you cannot build even 7 here. I don't know. You built like 5 maximum. So I think that was like a mistake. But at this point, again, even if it's a mistake, it's mistake like 1 point or so. And when you play in this kind of stage and you win by Komi, like Jan is winning at least by Komi, around Komi, maybe a bit more, there is not many places where you can mess up left. And you mess up, most likely you mess up by 2 points, by 1 or 2. And you need to mess up 3 times, and then there is not enough, just not enough place where you can do it. Also, I think they kind of have enough time. So, yeah, this is the game. This they are playing. And, yeah. I guess nothing will happen. Let's briefly check then the other game. They had almost finished endgame, so let's move that one. And yeah, they are kind of close to finish it. They are playing so fast also. They are, I think here already they know. I checked from camera, they are really, really confident, and yeah, makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. I'm just checking time to time if I miss some messages in the chat. So yeah, here we finished somewhere here, a bit further. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then some kind of semi-direct. I think this was all most likely even a minus in the corner, but yeah, and even yeah, this was really well played by Kim Do-hyuk. He really played well endgame here. Like he forced to make this all even minuses because he captured the move here. But I think the difference is just too big. In any case, it feels not close. This is a strange move. I think this one is the biggest. But again, at this point, it doesn't really matter. Also, if you choose this one is for sure bigger. I think there is some scribing mistakes maybe. But again, here at this point, doesn't really matter much. Even after this mistake, I think black is comfortably ahead after the cut. Like black cut, get kind of nothing, play inside. Yeah, and still feels like the difference is more than Komi. I'm just thinking that after this round, most likely Jan Kioling needs to win maybe one more game to become a champion. Because he has the highest sauce, he wins the first four. And if he wins the next, he probably will become champion for sure. If he loses one, I'm just checking out the results. I think if he loses one, maybe... No, I think no one can really reach him anymore. Because he played against Stash. Very unlikely that someone has close sauce. Maybe Lukas Podpera has more reasonable chance. He has a high sauce with... Yeah, I think Lukas might still catch him. So if the next round he play against Lukas wins, then I think this is the only I would say situation where we can think that Jan Yaoling will not finish first. But for the second place and the other, there is some stuff. By the way, one thing which I want to show you. Well, I will just show. I think that at this point already the players play so fast that scribers cannot finish. But the results are clear that Jan Qiaoling will win and Jan Prokop will win. And I want to show you the game number one, this game. And here I want to show that here there is nice Tsuji, or let's say white answers, and not this one, but if you play here, if white connects, you can get a Seki. That looks really nice. Very often happens in this position. And here on this Atari, white have to play this in order to have at least, well, at least not Seki. Like it's very painful if this corner would be a Seki afterwards. Yeah, but I think the result, I don't know if they are already. I will check if they are already there. Not yet, but I think both games are really safe, and both games will be like Yang Qiaoling plus more like plus Komi, and also Jan Prokop also plus minus Komi. In that endgame, again, it's difficult to catch up, and I don't think even the scribers lost. Doesn't really matter. It matters only if it's a half-point game or 1.5 or something, but in this case it's not. Yeah, so Jan Qiaoling win a bit less than Komi, 4.5, and I think Prokop will win like 6.5. And yeah, that's all for today. Tomorrow we will have also from 10 a.m. we will have a stream, so please join. Would be the round 5 and the round 6. Yeah, so the same time, I think we start at 10. The round starts at 10, and the stream most likely will start at 11, or not 11, 10:30, half hour. Stream starts usually half hour after, or people just played some moves to have comment something, and we start streaming. So thanks for watching today and joining, and hope to see you tomorrow. Yeah, have a nice evening and bye.